How's it going, guys? Teach here and welcome back to the Fergie Way. We are in season 3 now, episode 2, and yeah, you may notice I'm in the same t-shirt as I was last time. That's because Mrs. is away for the weekend. I've got a load of time, so I want to play some FM, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of block recording. But yeah, so I've just noticed on my camera there, see this little bit of blue paint? It might be the case that the Mrs. thinks I might be painting and redecorating this room while she's away. But not sure that's going to happen. So as we take a look at the schedule, since the last episode, we did of course only have one game, and it was against Dave Azzopardi's Wolves. And I'm sorry, Dave, but we did give you a bit of a 4-2 drubbing. Now it has to be said though that Wolves did manage to score a couple of goals against us, although they never really took the lead, or well, not really, they just didn't take the lead, they were never quite there. They did manage to grab a couple of goals, and very well played to them. I did of course bang in a couple of the youngsters, we can see Gomez, Gribbin, Twin Zarbi as well. But the big one here was the fact that I played Memphis. Now, if you remember in the last episode, and I mentioned it towards the back end of last season, about playing Memphis in maybe the complete forward role. Started him there today, and ordinarily what happens in my formation here is my advanced forward is the guy who goes and gets the goals. In Season 1, Martial was on fire. In Season 2, between Martial, Rashford and Memphis themselves, who were all playing in that role, they all managed to grab themselves goals. But from the complete forward position, Depay managed to grab 4 goals, guaranteeing him a start in the Manchester derby, which is of course today's live com. So a bit amazed he didn't get a 10 rating, I'll be brutally honest, but 9.7 rating, 4 goals, well done Memphis, and that was that game. Wasn't really a right lot else in it. So we will now go on to any news, which I must admit has been limited. So you're probably wondering right now, Teach, have you signed anybody yet? No, I am having a nightmare in the transfer market. It's not that no one wants to come, they all want to come, but of course I'm looking for the calibre of players that are absolutely shit hot. They're up here somewhere, and it'll be honest, I'm not bloody finding them. Well, I am, but they all want hundreds of millions now. Just because I've got a load of money sat there, I don't just want to blow it all on one player. But what infuriates me even more, and this is nothing to do with the fact that it's Liverpool, by the way, world class Isco, 23.5 million. Now, we can't test this, it's too late, but you can bet your ass if I wanted Isco, it would have cost me a damn sight more than 23.5 million quid. Well done Liverpool, they're probably going to, well in fact no probably about it, they're going to be a lot stronger with him this season, but yeah, here's me fighting round, trying to buy the likes of, well, I'm not trying to buy, I've already tried, but the likes of Dybala, who's going to cost me 200 million quid here. Marco Verratti, yeah, just chuck us 220 million quid. And then Liverpool walk up, world-class Isco, yeah, how much? 23 million quid, mate. I'm getting screwed left, right and centre. So there we have it, the transfer history. Nothing, not a bean. There is a couple of little things I'm pursuing. I'm not going to mention it because I don't really want to give away any spoilers or anything like that. And I also don't really know if they're going to work out yet, so I don't want it to fall flat on the face. If I say to you right now, I might go for, and it doesn't happen, then yeah. So there is avenues being made. I've got a massive chunk of change to spend in the transfer market, but just because of that, I don't want to go balls out and spend it all on one player. So with all that being said, of course, we will just take a quick look at the Premier League before we head into today's live con, which is, of course, a Manchester derby. We've played many of them now, City never really getting the better of us. Maybe with the money they spent, they bought Morata, they brought Koke, they can get a little bit closer to us. I mean, you've got to bear in mind, they've got like Aguero and Griezmann. You know, they've got a strong team. They have just sold De Bruyne to PSG, but maybe they're going to get a little bit closer this year. Who knows? Who knows? But as we take a look at the Premier League, at the moment, Arsenal at the top, with Newcastle getting up there as well. Newcastle did quite well last season. We're, of course, sat up there. But City, sitting 8th, but they did get their win. So everyone's going in with these clean records. Maybe they'll give us a little bit of a battle today. They are coming to Old Trafford, though, so I don't rate their chances very highly. However, if they were to beat us, there would somewhat be question marks over the squad. So as we move into game day, the press are actually giving it a bit of a draw. Not sure that'll be the case. The absence of Vincent Kompany and Leroy Sané might also hit Manchester City hard. We have been made favourites though. League table at the moment, not really anything worth a look at, but Paul Pogba's our key man. Sergio Aguero, unsurprisingly, is theirs. We will go on to the team selection screens. So we will start with the home team at Old Trafford, which is of course us. We have De Gea in net, David Alaba at left back, we have Bailly and Smalling as a centre back pairing, and of course this time round we have Darmian at right back. Now there's been a slight change there from Sidibe. I want to try and start playing Darmian a little bit more. He was very loyal to us in the first season, did very well before Sidibe coming in, and I think last year he got a little bit lost in the squad, as it were, so I want to ensure that I'm playing him a little bit more this season. We have Neves starting in the defensive role in midfield with a Pogba as the advanced playmaker and Herrera in the supportive role. Juan Mata, of course, taking up the Trequartista position, and then we have Memphis Depay, needless to say, cementing that spot as a complete forward, and Martial playing off him. We do have options on the bench though with a few of the youngsters with Tunzabi, Gomez, we have Rashford there of course, Fosu, Mensah, Sanchez, so I will be looking to bring those guys into the game where possible. And we move on to the City team now. They have Bravo in net with Gaia, Otamendi, Lindelof and Danilo at the back, Fernandinho protecting the back four, then we have Griezmann at the left, Koke, Gundogan, Oxlade-Chamberlain and Sergio Aguero. Little bit surprising that Morata hasn't featured in the team, considering they just bought him for 50 million quid. But Koke's in there. City, they're full of decent players on my career, but I don't know. There's not much flow going on. Might end up eating me words on that one, but yeah, there's just something about it that just doesn't really look like it clicks. So we'll move on to Roy, the inflictor of pain, and not that much infliction going on. We'll probably leave it at that with the exception of Griezmann, definitely, and we do want to close him down. But yeah, not really. Roy seems to be getting a little bit tame. I'm surprised he's still here. I thought someone would have swooped in for him by now. Not happened, of course. Still with us to the end, aren't you, Roy? And we'll move on to the team talk. Pick up where they left off. No, this one is always for the fans. And we get a little bit of green going off. One thing I am going to say is I'm going to pull Anthony Martial. He's not been playing that well of late. I'm assertively going to tell him that I want to see a good performance. Not really done anything for him. But if he doesn't give us one early on, if he doesn't give us a decent performance early on, Rashford's waiting in the wings. Martial didn't score in the last game. And he had a few chances as well against Wolves and just never did anything with it. So we're dominant in the early stages there. Pogba has just spooned a free kick right over the bar. City not done anything yet. However, we are on extended highlights, so they might be able to get something out of this if it goes across to their possession. It's not the nuts. Pogba drives through, takes a distant shot, hits it straight at Bravo. And that's what we're starting to see a lot more from Pogba now. He's starting to really drive on up the field with the ball. It's Neves, of course, scored a free kick on his debut in the Community Shield. That was in the last episode. If you've not seen it, go check it out. It's Memphis on the edge of the area. Memphis Depay, that's 5 goals in his last 2 starts from the complete forward position once again, set up by Mata from the free kick. And it has to be said, Zlatan is back from his injury, he's in the latter stages of his rehabilitation. And at the moment, if Memphis carries on, he'll be keeping Ibrahimovic out the team. Fernandinho now to Gundogan. Loses out though, he gives it to Darmian, it's Herrera. Darmian, Pogba. To Memphis. Memphis making a surging run. It's balls with Darmian now though. It's Pogba to Memphis. Has it took off him by Otamendi, but he doesn't get it clear. It's Pogba again driving forward to Memphis. He does hit a shot from distance, wins a corner. Are we going to convert this into something? 15 minutes in, City not even registering a shot. And it's collected by Bravo. The question is, are City going to build something here, or are we going to come straight back at them? It's Koke now. Koke again. Gaia. Smalling. Herrera. It's Griezmann now. To Aguero. Aguero's got to try and manufacture something on his own. It is a shot for City finally on the 17th minute. But way, way, way off target for Aguero. You'd expect more from him. You really would. It's Gundogan now. To Chamberlain. Alaba does enough, I think. Yeah, it's Eric Bailly to De Gea. Something's going to go wrong here. I can feel it. It's Bailly still. Alaba. Calmly played out of the defence there. Smalling to Darmian. Mata now. Mata sent the ball forward to Martial. Here's your chance. Get in there, Martial. When I said here's his chance, in my mind I was thinking if he fucks this up, he is off the pitch at half-time. He didn't know. He managed to put it away with a clear-cut chance. I'd like to think he will. But maybe this will help Martial pick his game up a little bit and get back to goal-scoring form that we've seen in Season 1. Gaia now to Koke. Aguero. Griezmann. Koke. Back out with Gaia, whips a cross in. It's calmly collected by De Gea. Someone whose position in the squad's always been solid. De Gea's not really getting pushed out by anyone. It's good to have him between the sticks. It's Martial again now. Having to charge down 4 defenders, doesn't get anywhere with it. Lazy shot really. Couldn't do anything else. He had no one with him though. It's Aguero now. Across to Griezmann. Does nothing with it against Koke, Danilo, Lindelof. Koke. Koke's at the centre of a lot of City's play at the moment. Might have to do a little bit of closing down on him, I think. It's Bailly now. Herrera. Pogba. Pogba from distance. Again, puts one over the bar. But we're 2-0 to the good at Old Trafford. City not really getting back in this. They have had a little bit more of the ball, but nothing's really changing in that final third of the pitch for them. So yeah, we're going to... So as we head into half-time, we are going to tell them that they need to go and prove a point here. It's these games where we really want to try and get some big victories. We get some greens going off as we head into the second half, and hopefully we can press on, turn it into a monumental victory. We like them against the rivals, City and Liverpool. And we've seen it before. I mean, who remembers when Rashford got 6 against Liverpool? That was ridiculous. It's Gundogan now. He's ripped the ball off him. It's Martial. Neves. To Herrera. Bailly. Alaba. Alaba to Pogba. Pogba surging run forward again. Memphis can turn here. Memphis hits the bar. Unlucky Memphis. Griezmann on the ball now. Hoofs the ball clear, but it only goes as far as Bailly. We are going to press forward again with Mata. No. Those highlights that end. Frustrating. It's Pogba now. Pogba to Neves. Herrera plays it into Darmian. Darmian, he's shot. He should have crossed. He had 3 men over across the box. Really surprised at Darmian there. He's not normally one to go for glory, it has to be said. But we're in the 60th minute. Memphis has took up somewhat of a little knock. I'm going to protect him because until we get Ibrahimovic back and see how he's going to fold his way back into this, he might come back and be absolute garbage. He might want to retire. We don't know what's happening. So I do want to try and protect Depay where possible. So it gives Rashford a chance to come on and maybe sort of do a little bit better than he has done the last couple of games because he's not been that great. We'll also bring on Renato Sanchez for Herrera. And we'll continue on into the second half, but I will probably look at bringing off Neves. We'll maybe bring on Twinzabi in that defensive role. He's pretty good down there. We will rather think it's Mata now. Griezmann has the ball, took off him again by Alaba. It's Martial, takes a shot from distance, forces a save from Bravo. I don't know what it is City have done to Griezmann, but he's not performing that well. I can't help but think that with them playing this sort of 4-1-4-1, and they play it a lot, Sanchez to Neves, Martial. There we go. With them playing it a lot, I can't help but think that he's wasted, like so low down on the pitch. Now, I had interest in Griezmann in Season 1. As a few of you guys will know, who've been here from the beginning. It's Mata lining up a free kick, it's gone wide. And my plan was always to use Griezmann as a striker. He went to City, that's the end of that. It doesn't really matter, but he's got to be wasted at the halfway line there. He really has. It's Sanchez now. Rashford! No! Jesus Christ. Rashford maybe should have scored there, guys. But yeah, I would have used Griezmann as a striker. I feel he's being wasted. I mean, he's 27 years old. He should be at the prime of his game now, bagging goals upon goals. But if he's not being used as an inside forward or as a striker, what the hell is he doing at City? Darmian with a cross. A good save there by Claudio Bravo. Alaba getting booked. That's a little bit dodgy. I am now going to start to look at closing off the game. So we're going to move from control. We're going to go to contain. Although we're not concerned that City are going to be able to grab a couple of goals, I am concerned that they're going to be able to grab one because, to be honest, I don't want to give them anything. It's Darmian now marching up the right wing. He is on his own though. He's had to come inside to Mata. Mata to Pogba. Rashford. Rashford to Martial. Should have scored, son. Really should have scored there, Martial. I am going to make a quick change, though. I'm going to bring off Ruben Neves. He's on 68%. We'll bring on Fosu Mensah. Just to try and close the game out a little bit more. Fresh legs for at the back of the midfield there. Linking the defence. And that's the end of that highlight. 5 minutes to go. It's Koke with a corner now. Gathered by De Gea. De Gea plays it to Alaba. 5 minutes to go. Alaba up to Martial. Martial's got space now to run. It's into Rashford. Rashford's carved out a chance, but he's put it wide of the post. As I say, Rashford, a little bit off at the beginning of this season, not doing that great. Morata is on the field now for Manchester City and on the ball as he plays it to Lindelof. To Elneny. Elneny has a wild shot, wide of the right-hand post. And yeah, that looks like it may be that. We have got just this highlight. Mata with the final kick of the game. Just as you think it's winding down, Juan Mata from the free kick. It did take what looked like a very fortuitous deflection, but nonetheless it gives us a 3-0 victory against our closest rivals. And yeah, to be honest, Bravo stood no chance when it clipped the wall like that. 3-0, it's going to be a final whistle now. And City were never quite able to get back in this. In fact, they were never in it to get back in it in the first place. We are going to congratulate the team because, of course, it was against a rival. Well done, lads. It was a good win. Juan Mata, passionately, your dominating performance was tremendous. No one really played bad. But other than Mata, no one really played outstanding either. So as we come to the close of the game, we can see that Memphis Depay is only out for 5 to 7 days. So not too bad. Not too bad. As I say, Zlatan is back. He's in light training. They've got him playing with the reserve. So between them, they should be able to do okay. But I don't have that much confidence in either Rashford or Martial playing in that role. I definitely think they're best deployed as advance forwards. So I need these two guys now, or I need someone else. And that's the problem. Do I really want 5 strikers? Window slam's shut in about 3 or 4 days now. So it's time for me to knuckle down between the episodes. And if I'm going to bring anyone in, then I might have to pay the money. So that brings episode 2 to a close. I hope you've enjoyed it. It was a Manchester derby. It's the ones that we always bring back. And as I'm looking at the schedule now, we have Chelsea and Arsenal. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll play the Chelsea one off camera because Chelsea haven't been playing that well lately. You watch, I'll probably get beat now. But Chelsea haven't been playing that well lately. Arsenal have. So I think Arsenal is definitely the better of the live comms. So we're remaining with the one game live com episodes until I get a nod from otherwise from you guys in the comments. So the Arsenal game will be the live com in episode 3 of season 3. We are going to be playing it at home at Old Trafford. So I'm confident of a win. I've got to go and play Chelsea in the meantime. The window is closing, so transfers may happen by the time we get to the next episode. So I hope you're going to join me for it. If you've enjoyed this episode though, do hit the like button. It helps the channel out a lot. If you're new around here, hit the sub button. Check out the links in the description for the Season 2 and Season 1 review if you want to play catch up. And other than that, guys, I've been Teach FM, and I'll catch you later. See you in a bit.